I'm going to talk about the 10 best jobs that you can do right now if you're looking for a career change and transition into a new career. And you got to wait till the very, very end because I've got a huge, huge bonus. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be a complete step-by-step guide. Let's get you the job you need, the job you want, the money you deserve right now. Come on back. How's it going, Nez Nation? It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new to who I am Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, executive career coach, top LinkedIn coach. I've got over 200 plus recommendations on my LinkedIn profile, over 21,000 followers. I'm a LinkedIn influencer. Also, I'm actually a business communications professor at some of the top elite universities in Southern California. I'm so excited to bring this video to you because I know how tough it is right now. It's very, very difficult. Some of the numbers don't always add up. A lot of people are being furloughed, a lot of layoffs. The economy is a huge question mark on top of it. And maybe you're wondering, hey, am I next? Or maybe you're wondering, you know what, it's time for a change. This company isn't working. This job isn't working. I'm going to give you 10 jobs that you can go apply to, transition into for your career change, and possibly maybe even earn the kind of money that you want, but also more importantly, something that you can do, leverage your skill set so you can actually be happy. And by the way, I've got a huge bonus. I know I mentioned this in the intro. I've got a huge bonus at the end. It's going to be monstrous. So please make sure that you check this out all the way to the end of the video. By the way, I'm going to leave links in the description and also a list of all the jobs that I mention here in this video. So it's at your leisure and at your convenience, and you can just go check that out in the description. Also, if you're looking to work with me, or maybe you're like, hey, Nez, I really need to tighten up my resume, tighten up my LinkedIn profile, help identify what it is that I can bring to the table, let me know. There's opportunities for you to work with me and check out some of my trainings and some of my courses that I have that can help you with that. I have a resume master writing class, very, very decently priced, and I'll leave that in the description. So a lot of stuff in the description down below. Make sure you go check that out. So when you're kind of considering that, you want to explore maybe what job might be right for you, what is it out there that I can, really leverage my skill set? You might want to ask yourself, and maybe even do what I like to call a little bit of a self-evaluation, a little self-assessment. And what does that look like? Before I get into the jobs, I'm going to get into the jobs, don't you worry, but I think it's important that you do this because this is going to help you to kind of identify what it is and better kind of, match yourself with the right type of position for your skill set. So here's some things in which can help you to kind of identify and assess what it is you bring to the table. Don't forget this, you guys. This is extremely important. It's not about you. It's about them. It's always about them. You need to, if you want to earn the kind of money that you want, get the kind of freedom that you want, get somewhere where you feel more productive, more fulfilled, more purposeful, you have to make it about them. What does that mean? Everything, all your communications, your LinkedIn, your resume, your interview, everything needs to be tailored to what they want, right? So these are some questions in which, and I go in depth in that in a lot of the links that I'm going to leave down in the description. I go majorly in depth with what I'm talking about if that still kind of confuses you. So these are some questions that you want to get to and sort of kind of ask yourself to kind of self-assess where are you, where you're at, and how you can identify what it is that you have that you can offer organizations. So number one, here's a question you want to ask yourself. What are my current skills, qualifications, and qualities? Ask yourself that. Really write this stuff down too. It's really important to write this stuff down. You need to do a little bit of digging. You need to do a little bit of self-investigation, maybe is a better kind of description for what I'm talking about. Number two, which jobs might my current background and qualities be well suited for? Once you've identified what those qualifications and qualities are, for example, I'm really good with people, I'm a great collaborator, I'm a great team leader, I'm good at project management, I'm good at, streamlining processes and systems. What are those skills? I'm good at sales. What are those skills? You need to identify now, find out which jobs might my current background be, more suited for. That's really important. And then here's another question that you want to ask yourself, for your self-investigation. Which skills, qualifications, and qualities might I need to develop for jobs I find interesting? We're living in an era now where self-education has literally taken over the game. I'm a business communications professor. I've been a professor for over 20 years. And I'm telling you right now that, the universities are in trouble. You can get all sorts of certificates, licenses, all sorts of diplomas online now, using even LinkedIn Learning and using these different platforms. I've got courses over at Udemy. I've got courses that are certified in my beyondtheboxacademy.com. Again, I'll leave links in the description. Self-education is a real thing, and actually companies and organizations value professional development because it's more current, it's more relevant than a degree you might have gotten 5, 6, 10, dare I say 20, 15 years ago. So this is something you want to think about. What are some things that I could do to develop to find the jobs that I find interesting, okay? Another question you want to ask yourself for self-assessment: which tasks, projects, and elements at work do I enjoy most and why? Start writing these down. This is how you're going to compile data to make better informed decisions. Start writing this stuff down. That's a really important question. The next one: what do I want to be able to do more or less of at work? That's a big one. What is it that, how can you avoid burnout? What is it that can keep you motivated, that can keep you interested, that you can still do something that earns you money, helps you take care of yourself and your family, but something that doesn't just make you go crazy? Because I've been there, I've done that, I know what that feels like. Do I have a quote-unquote dream job? If so, what about that job is appealing? Do you even have anything like that? Identify that. What are my must-haves and nice-to-haves in a job, salary, schedule, benefits, etc.? Having that kind of knowledge, being equipped with that before you go into any situation for a career change or you're transitioning into a new career is essential. What is it that you absolutely have to have? What are the kind of, amenities, the nice-to-haves? What does that look like? Identify that. In what capacity, the next question you want to ask yourself, in what capacity would I like to work with others? How would you like to work with others? What title, what division, what department? And then last but not least, I think this is the most important, what kind of work culture and environment do I need? Being an executive career coach, I'd say the number one complaint that most of my clients tell me when they're looking to get a new job, a new gig, a new career, what have you, is that they are facing major toxicity in their current workplace. And that's why they want to get out. The boss that they're working for, their immediate supervisor they're working for, is extremely toxic, extremely negative. It's stressing them out. It's causing all sorts of mental health issues, health in general issues. These are things that are fairly new in the last 10, 15 years that people are finally realizing, companies at least and organizations. People have known them forever. I've experienced toxic work cultures when I was young and coming up, believe you me. Even at the university, there's some very, very toxic cultures that I've experienced, even at certain universities that I've worked at in the past. This has become a fairly new thing, and companies and organizations are doing a lot better. I give them kudos to providing environments and to providing ecosystems for their employees that really nourishes and nurtures their abilities and nurtures this collaborative, more people-centric culture. So ask yourself that question: what kind of work culture and environment do you need? This is really, really important. Self-assessment. Ask yourself these questions. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to give some numbers too. I'm also going to give a little bit of a description so that you can kind of understand what's going on. So I'm going to go through each one of these. You're going to have the entire list down below. I'm going to go, the chronological order that I'm going to go is from lowest salary to highest salary. Okay, so I'm going to talk about each one. I'm going to give some numbers, and without further ado, with no more delay, let's get right into it. So the first position that I'm going to share with you that you can do right now if you want to transition into a new career is you can be a teacher. The national average salary of a teacher is $19.21 per hour. Now, that's teaching at the elementary or high school level. The requirements for that are bachelor's degree and a state teaching license. Now, if you have a master's degree, I used to teach, well, I still do teach, at the universities, and you're not looking for a tenure track. If you have a PhD, you can get a tenure track or try to get a tenure track position, full-time position at a university. But I think the smartest thing to do would be what I did, which was I taught at several different universities. I still do, but not as much as I used to. I used to teach 10 courses, 10 plus, sometimes 13, 14 courses a semester. And, I was earning a full-time living, doing that as an adjunct professor. And adjunct professors really only need a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. So you can work at the community college level. Some private universities or four-year universities do accept on a part-time basis, adjunct basis, a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. And if you really work it right and you really go after it and you do your due diligence and you just really put in the time and energy, you can make a really decent salary leveraging your skills, whether it's finance, tech, business, marketing, sales, sciences, health sciences, physical sciences, whatever it is. You can leverage that skill and become a teacher. That's a great, great opportunity right there. Number two, the number two position, again, we're going from lowest to highest salary, is you can also be a social media manager. Let me tell you how. Social media manager. This is how you can do it. The national average salary, get this is pretty good. The national average salary is $48,413 per year. That's pretty good. Now, primary duties. Primary duties for a social media manager are usually to oversee marketing campaigns on public sharing media for companies, right? So you're really doing social media posts, engaging with followers. You're doing a lot of PR, you're doing a lot of communication and making sure that you're representing the company well on these digital platforms, okay? They're also sometimes called social media account analytics or digital marketing specialists, and you provide customer service, handling complaints, maybe supporting sales teams. So if you have those skills, being a social media manager might be a great, great job for you to transition into. Okay, that's number two. Number three, I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly. I don't want to get too, verbose on every single one. Again, I'll leave links in the description down below where you can really go in full, greater detail as to what these entail. Number three, you could be a writer. The national average salary for a writer is $24.26 per hour. So that's pretty cool. Writers, create content for various outlets, blogs. If you have writing and communication skills, TV scripts, advertisements, fictional, non-fictional material, you can research writing, enhance writing for companies, organizations. This is a lot of these companies, they need writers. And so if you have any writing skills at all, any communication skills in the written format, this is a great way to do it. Maybe a social media influencer, somebody who needs copywriting for their blog posts, for their content. This is a great position, and you can sometimes earn a big bank being a writer. Okay, number four, the number four job that I'm going to mention here that you can do if you want to transition into a new career is an accountant. An accountant. Do you have any finance skills? Do you have any data skills? Are you good with numbers? The national average salary for an accountant is $53,733 per year. That is a really good salary, okay? And so, many accountants prepare tax returns, calculating amount owed, coordinating timely payments, strategies for reducing costs, handling financial record storage and maintenance. In many cases, they specialize in public accounting management, accounting, or auditing. The requirements for this is having a bachelor's degree, and so in some cases, a certification. Example would be a CPA, a certified public accountant. And so that's a great position. If you can leverage your number skills, leverage your organizational skills, data analysis, data interpretation, an accountant might be something for you. Okay, number five, the next position that you can accrue if you're looking to transition and change into a new career, you could be, and this is a big one, a sales representative. The national average salary for a sales representative, which does not require a lot of education, is $60,000, $60,149. $60,149 per year. Pretty good. So you have to be good with people. This is what sales is all about. You have to be good at communications. You have to be good at networking, developing leads, talking. It's all about using this dude right here. Every company on planet Earth needs good sales representatives. Okay, so those are some of the primary duties. Obviously communicating with existing customers and also generating repeat sales. Basic customer service skills. It's all about being a people person. If you want to make money in sales, which I think you can make a lot more than 60,000. You've got to be a really good people person. And so if you have those skills, those communication, collaboration, teamwork, communicative skills, sales representative is for you. Next, the next position that you can do if you're looking to transition into a new career is, we're on number 6 now, is market researcher. Market researcher. The national average salary for a market researcher is $62,000 and $722. Sorry. Let's do that over again. So the national average salary is $62,722 per year. Pretty big. That's pretty big. Primary duties include understanding products and services, understanding how to do research, existing patterns of, sales trends, reviewing sales trends, forecasting the future of the market, to conducting polls, collecting data, surveys. Market research is essential. This is a big part of every institution and every organization. So the requirements are usually a bachelor's degree or higher. So if you have those kind of skills, those kind of research skills, being able to identify and really translate information into statistical models and study this information and gather this information, you could possibly be a market researcher. I think that's a really, really good one. The next one, number 7. The next position that you can potentially translate your skills into if you're looking for a career change is you can be a business consultant. This is a biggie. The national average salary of a business consultant is $70,114 per year. That's pretty amazing. And so primary duties include, if you've got business savviness, if you understand organizational processes and systems and how to increase and grow and scale companies and businesses and help them grow, this is something that you can do. And it's a little bit more entrepreneurial in nature, but also companies are leveraging this. Agencies need business consultants in-house, so you could also do it that way too. Sometimes these guys are also known as management analysts or business consultants who work with executives to improve internal processes, right? So what they do is they interview organization employees, make observations about operations, and devise improved systems and practices. So this usually requires a bachelor's degree or higher. Business consultants, that's pretty good. We're getting higher now. We're getting in the 70s now. So if you have those kind of skills, if you understand how to make and create a plan, a strategic, applicable plan to help businesses grow, business consultant might be for you. Okay, we're getting higher now. We're getting past the 70s. Now, number 8, the next position that you can do if you have any kind of skills that you've identified so that you can transition into a new career. Number 8 is you could be a web developer. Web developer. The national average salary for a web developer is $71,361 per year. That's a national average. By the way, these are all averages. You can exceed the average because I know you, Nez Nation, you are anything but average, right? So you can exceed the average. Primary duties for a web developer include, if you have any coding experience, understanding website development, businesses or government agencies, if you understand how to oversee the appearance, performance, or functionality of a website. Sometimes website developers talk with clients about their needs. You have to have communication skills, ongoing support and maintenance for websites. Some specialists out there who really make good bank, the web developers specialize with certain types of niches like e-commerce or something like that, which sometimes it require advanced programming and security knowledge. So you might want to look into that. Number 8, web developer. And usually the requirements, sometimes it's really no degree at all, but I have here bachelor degrees are sometimes preferred, right? So again, none of these are too involved as far as like, having that sort of background and educational background. You don't need a lot of education. So this is a really good thing. Number nine, we got two more. Before I get to the last two, I want you to really smash that like button, and I'd like for you to click subscribe because you know me, Professor Nez, I'm bringing bone marrow content, the stuff that'll bust your brains out, everything about mindset and messaging, helping you to earn more, grow faster, and stress less by sharing your story with the world through a standout personal brand. We're helping you with messaging. We're helping you with job search. We're helping you with career advancement. We're helping you with online business growth. Make sure that you click subscribe down below and come hang out with us because I'm producing new content every single week. And I'm expanding the channel. I'm evolving the channel to really include a lot more than just simple kind of, straightforward videos, but more kind of deeply involved tutorials, reviews, step-by-step guides. A lot of great stuff coming and more. So please consider subscribing down below, but definitely give us a smash of that smash button, aka the like button. I would really appreciate that. Okay, our next position. We're down to the last two. Our next position. Then don't forget, I've got a bonus, so stick around. Our next position, number 9, project manager. The national average salary of a project manager is $79,000, $79,350 per year. That's the national average salary. So how you can tell whether or not you have the right skills that can transition into this new career is, let me tell you what the primary duties are. Project managers, they research, create, advise plans for developing products and providing services. They oversee projects ranging from timelines, labor costs to communications. They're in charge. Sometimes they're also known as cost estimators, but most of them are really responsible for keeping costs as low as possible while generating desired results. So these guys usually specialize in managing projects in certain industries such as software development, construction, or manufacturing. So if you have skills that can lend themselves to this particular type of role, you may want to look into becoming a project manager because they make really good income. That's just the national average, $79,350. That's pretty good. And the requirements are minimal. Bachelor degree is usually preferred. So that's a great position. I really love number 9. I have a lot of clients that I work with that are project managers, PMP professionals. And so really make sure that you look into this. Again, I'll leave links in the description down below. And by the way, let me mention this too before I get to the last one, number 10, which might surprise you. Let me know if you need any help with your brand, need any help with your LinkedIn profile, your resume, any career coaching. I have an agency where I help people just like you. I've got over 200 recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. I've got tons of testimonials from actual clients who are doing their dream job, their dream gig, running their dream business because of my help. So I have links in the description down below if you're interested in working with me. Like, Nez, I don't really have a good resume. My LinkedIn profile is... Come check me out. Maybe I can help. So I'll leave links in the description of how you can get a hold of me. And, I've got a whole link down there where you can check out prices. Everything's very straightforward. Everything's very transparent. I would love to work with you. Come check out with what I got, and maybe we're a good fit. Okay, last but not least, let's get to number 10. Number 10 position on the 10 best jobs for transitioning into a new career is, drumroll please. That's kind of a sort of poor man's drumroll right there. Realtor. Being a realtor. The national average salary of a realtor in this country is $90,175 per year. being a realtor. And the skill sets that are required for sales representative, right? A social media manager or researcher or market researcher, a lot of those skills translate into being a realtor, right? Realtors work with individuals or corporate governments to help them buy and sell property. So you have to be a really good marketer, a really good talker, really understand your client. This is client relationship management to a T. You have to understand, how to work with people, how to network with people, how to really create a strong foundation of people that you can rely on in the actual arena. So this is really, really big. And the only requirement, this is amazing. I have a lot of colleagues in education who do this. The only requirement is to have a state license. That is it. So that's number 10, realtor, $90,175 per year. You may want to think about that one for a long time, because especially where I'm at in California, I think that probably number can be doubled or tripled, because California property, and maybe you're in a high end, high value property area. California property is some of the most expensive in the entire nation. So depending on where you're at, this can be extremely, extremely lucrative. And there's a lot of flexibility. You're essentially, as a realtor, you're your own kind of boss. You make what you put into it. And so I know a lot of people, I've had family members who are realtors who've made actual bank. There's a guy I go to the gym with who is a really good friend of mine, John, if you're watching, hello, who is just crushing it, selling $1 million properties in the coastal cities here in Southern California. Just absolutely crushing it. So realtor, think about that one. That's a really, really good one. Okay. I told you that there was going to be a bonus. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to give you something just unbelievably jam-packed with value. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you, this is the latest information, up-to-date, state-of-the-art, data researched and vetted information. I'm going to give you, and I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because I don't want to go too long on each one. The video is kind of long enough, I know. 15 of the most in-demand careers right now that's actually based on what's happening in current trends in the job market, based on Pew Research and based on other entities such as Career Builder, Indeed.com, and other job search sites, which, by the way, I have a video on the top 10 job search sites. If you're looking where to go apply, I'll leave a link to that in the description. You can also go to my YouTube channel and just go check that out. So let's get into this. I'm gonna go into this really fast, and I'm just gonna say these are the 15 most in-demand careers, and I'm gonna go through them, and you can kind of research them. And what I'd like for you to do is, remember doing that self-assessment test at the beginning of the video. Try to see how maybe if any of your skill sets, any of your attributes can apply to any of these, and do a little bit more research on your own. I'm going to go through these pretty fast. Number 1, home health aide. Most in demand, 15. We're going to do 15. And again, we're going to start with probably the least, the least highest salary to the largest, right? Number 1, home health aide, in demand career right now. They make $11.98 per hour. Home health aide. Make sure you check that out. Number 2, nursing assistant. Their average salary is $28,000 per year. That's their average, national average, nursing assistant. Number 3, construction worker, $31,000 per year is their national average salary. Construction worker, not bad. Physical therapy aide, high demand, $33,000 per year is their national average salary. Number 5, truck driver. We need truck drivers. Average salary, this is pretty good, $57,000. A little over $57,600 per year, truck driver. So go check that out. Wait a minute, that was number 5. Number 6, medical technologist. Medical technologists are in high demand right now. They make a little over $56,000 a year. Number 7, operations research analyst. They make a national average salary of $61,000 per year. Operations research analyst. Financial advisor. Holy macadamia nut. This is a very high in-demand career right now. Their national average salary, $66,000 per year. Number 9, registered nurse. This makes a lot of sense right now. Registered nurses make a national average salary is $70,000 per year. Pretty good, y'all. $70,000 per year. Number 10, web developer. Some of these overlap with some of the best jobs that you can transition into right now. So number 10, web developer. We already talked about that. Number 11, health services administrator. Especially right now, their national average salary $70,000 per year. Number 12, physical therapist. Holy mackerel! You better believe physical therapists are in high demand right now. A lot of people recovering from injuries, or a lot of people recovering from illness. Physical therapists make a national average of $74,000, around $74,000 per year. Number 13, information security analysts. Anything having to do with tech and security, cybersecurity, data, storage, privacy, that is just, if you've got any skills in that area, you need to jump on this. ISAs, otherwise known as information security analysts, make an average of $81,000 per year. That's average. Whew, it's pretty good. Number 14, statistician. Hello, they make an average of $83,000 per year. And then last but not least, software developer. They make an average of $105,000. We're getting past six figures. The national average. If you have any software development skills, you need to take advantage, because this is a very, number 15, probably the highest in-demand skill and career right now in the job market as of today. $105,000. As a matter of fact, most of these positions are in demand pretty regularly throughout really any kind of era or any kind of time period, but especially right now as of this recording. So check that out. It has been an absolute honor and pleasure having you with us today. I hope you got a ton of helpful information, a ton of value that will help you to transition into a new career, do something that you love, do something that you want, maybe leverage, do something more exciting, do something different, do something that reinvigorates you potentially. I really, really hope this was extremely, extremely helpful. If you have any interest in learning more about career search, job search, video interviews, or personal branding, online business growth, starting your own online business, getting out of your own way, my entire channel is dedicated to mindset and messaging, helping you to share your story so you can earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Consider subscribing, hit that like button, go check out all those other videos, links in the description. If you want to work personally with me to help you elevate your brand, elevate your career to the next level, I'm happy to do that. I offer services. I also got some courses. I'll leave all the links in the description. Nez Nation, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to serve you. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget, stay tuned, be yourself, and make sure that you go after things, and things will happen for you. I'll see you in the next video.